So Megan,
Yes,
it's real.
it is.
It actually finally happened.
It's happening as we speak. It's glorious.
After The Last Guardian was announced in 2009, we haven't seen anything.
No, nothing. In fact, several
until now.
times we weren't so sure it even existed anymore. But
We're about to see it. Created by Gen Design. So Team Ico is no more.
Yeah.
And what does creative mean? Does that mean they're not involved with the game design? They're just involved with the creative design?
I certainly hope so. I love this already. This is very
I mean,
Ico.
it brings you back to Ico immediately. I mean, the lighting, the architecture, the character design,
But the
music.
scale is very Shadow of Colossus. Like, immediately, just see how vast this world is.
I have a hard time talking. So I mean, I've watched this a few times now, and I still have a hard time talking because I just want to watch.
I'm enchanted right now.
Just for full caveats, because I'm going to fanboy out for the entirety of the next 6 minutes, Ico is my favorite game of all time.
Now here he is. I don't know what you call it, Caleb, but I like to call this beautiful creature Bird Dog.
Of course he's Bird Dog. I'm sure he'll have a name.
Yes.
And he is your Yorda in
Yes.
this game.
He
From
is.
the looks of it.
But as we'll see, he's actually very helpful as well.
I mean, that's what's so interesting to me is that the companionship aspect of these games, right? I mean, the relationship that you have with your horse in Shadow of the Colossus, the relationship that you have with Yorda in Ico. I mean, that's very much what this seems to be about.
Yeah,
right?
friendship is so important to this universe. And you can see the little boy calling to Bird Dog.
I mean, it's so reminiscent of Ico. It's so reminiscent of the way that you call to Yorda
It
to get her
is.
to follow you.
As we're going to see, Bird Dog can do some amazing things.
But that's the thing, right? So this is the first actual gameplay we're seeing, and we still have no real idea of how the game is played.
Right. We'll get the feeling it's sort of a puzzle platformer aspect to it because the boy and the bird dog, they need each other to cross across this beautiful architectural ruin.
And
So
it's the same sort of puzzle solving that we saw in Ico, and you'll see later as he climbs on the bird dog. Spoilers. That Shadow of the Colossus sort of holding on to something of a larger scale. I assume it'll feel similar. But the thing that I'm wondering is, how do you issue the commands, right, to the dog? How do you interact?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a button prompt or...
I would assume not. I would assume it's not just like press X to have dog to jump.
Whoa, here we go. This is a very dangerous jump, but... I love that.
That's so cool.
Gets him by the scruff of his collar.
The animation's so naturalistic. That was the other thing that I've always loved about Team Ico's games, right? Is that, I mean, people laugh about the frame rate of Shadow of the Colossus or the technical aspects of Ico, but
Yeah.
what was so neat is that the characters always moved in a way that you'd expect a human being to move. I remember seeing the way Ico moved for the first time. And I think they use a rotoscoping technique actually, and this is so reminiscent of that.
Yeah,
It's
and
naturalistic. The way that Bird Dog just responds and seems to be scared and hesitant.
I was just going to say, he's so very timid. You get the feeling like he's almost like a puppy. So they're about the same age.
Oh, I love that.
Right, here you go. Now you saw this sort of mechanism before off in the distance, and so you can figure out that you're supposed to do something with it. But again, there's no button prompting or anything like that. The game knows that you're smart and wants you to think for yourself.
And that's the thing. Is this actual gameplay? I mean, I kind of would assume this game wouldn't have a HUD, wouldn't have button prompts. I mean, this is kind of that naturalistic Ico puzzle, right? You see something in the environment, and you need to move it around and figure out how to get forward. I mean, you remember like the windmill puzzle?
Yeah.
Or some of those puzzles that just... you feel so stupid for not figuring out how to do it, and then all of a sudden you do it.
Yeah. You always overthink them sometimes. Yeah, this is sort of crazy, so there's a sense of urgency right here because the platform is giving way.
It's like the bridge crumbling halfway through Ico. Sorry to keep going back to Ico. That's what
It is so Ico.
I have all the feels. Let's not forget about Shadow of Colossus, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole concept of scale.
Scale is massive.
And
No, this is crazy because you think, oh, he missed. He's gonna. But wait.
yes.
That is so good.
And that's the Shadow of the Colossus grab, right?
Right.
So, do you have full control over the boy here?
No.
Are you actively climbing? Is this scripted? I mean, these are the things that I want to know, right?
Right. And you see, and spoilers again, but you'll see later on, he can climb them again. And I'm assuming that, yes, that is you controlling the character and climbing up your bird dog.
Yeah, I mean, based on the team's past games, this isn't a scripted sequence. This isn't.
No, this is all part.
Yeah, I mean that's Shadow of the Colossus right there, exactly, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're climbing up the back of the beast.
Yeah, this huge beast. You're climbing up it. But it's trying. But you know, instead of trying to defeat it, you're helping your friend. And I love that he helps you and you help him.
That's the other thing. There are no enemies in this demo. We don't see.
No, there's no
anything
enemies.
to fight.
It's just you and your buddy.
On an adventure.
Made it. And you see in the background, you can see that the ruins are sort of lit up, so maybe you can go in there later and explore it.
Oh
Aww,
my God.
scratching himself behind his ear. It's so cute.
If they killed the bird dog, I'm just gonna cry the saltiest tears ever.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's beautiful. The Last Guardian.
You wanna watch it again?
Yeah.
All right, let's
I
watch
really
it again.
do.
You guys should too. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you
Enjoy
so
the rest
much.
of E3.
Yes, and for all your Last Guardian news, keep it locked here to IGN.
2016!
Woo!